You're consistent at the gym, you're hitting your 3 sessions a week, and you're smashing your protein. So you're purposely putting in the effort, but when you look in the mirror, you're not seeing any change. And maybe you're starting to think, is it just an age thing? Well, I'm going to tell you, it's not your age, it's the intensity that you're training and how you need to be doing progressive overload and increasing the weights in order to be able to get the results. But if you are stuck and you do need some help, then I have a free 4-week coaching program, and the link is in the description to this video. So let's talk about the concept of something called effective reps. Now, science shows us in a set of, say, 10 reps, not all of those reps are created equally. So the first 5 or 6 reps, you're just getting the work in, you're priming your muscles. The actual effective reps are maybe your last 2 or 3 before your muscles actually physically give up. And these are the reps that really actually count. A lot of women will stop at rep 8 because it feels like it's enough. But if you miss those last 2 reps, you're only actually performing 80% of the work. So you're skipping 20% of that workout, which is probably why you're not seeing the results. And here's the hard truth. From the age of about 30, we lose on average 3 to 8% of our body mass per decade. So as we move into our perimenopause, our estrogen drops, and estrogen is what actually helps us build and keep muscle. And this is when it starts to decline. So if you're lifting light weights, then your body isn't fighting that back. You're not trying to increase your estrogen levels. And this is something we really need to do, especially if you're hitting perimenopause or menopause. So there is actually a difference between being tired and then hitting failure at the gym. Fatigue is that burning sensation. It's the lactic acid. It's the uncomfortable, but you're still moving your muscles. Failure is when you're trying to push that bar up despite the maximum effort. So for example, you've got back squats and you're doing 10 reps. So you do a nice warm-up set of 20 on the bar, easy. Then maybe you put a 10 on each side. You perform 10 reps, easy. You perform another set of 10 reps, easy. You perform another set of 10 reps, easy. So you've done 3 sets at 40. Now, if you could physically perform 2 more reps, then that is an indication that you need to be increasing the weight, because you're not actually going for failure. Failure would be doing rep 9 and really struggling, like my face when I'm doing a workout, like pushing up, like you feel like you might actually not make it up. Now, I'm not saying obviously go so heavy that you physically can't, but you need to be trying to hit that failure button. So increasing the weight slightly. So if you can do 10 reps, then increase the weight slightly and go for 10. But if you only do 8 reps, perfect. That means that that's the right weight for you. And then slowly every week try and do 9 reps at that weight. And then when you hit the 10 reps, perfect. Then you know you can do a couple of sets at 10 reps. It's ready to increase that weight again. You want to be getting stronger, because getting stronger means that you're going to be building muscle. And if your goal is fat loss, then muscle is what's going to help lose that fat. A lot of women stop because they start feeling a burn and they think, oh, that's going to hurt. I've done too much now, and that's where it stops. It's almost like you're scared of lifting heavier weights because you're worried about injury, which I totally get. You need to be performing the weights in the correct form, but also you're worried about looking too muscular and too bulky. And I can tell you that if you're hitting 3 sessions a week, you're working all your muscle groups, and you're on a high protein diet, you're not going to look like a bodybuilder by just going a little bit heavier. If your last 2 reps are fast and basically feel like your first 2 reps, then that's a sign that you need to be increasing your weights. So how can you track your weights and your lifting power without hurting yourself? Now, if we put it into this, say level 6, you're chatting, you're scrolling Instagram between your sets, and you're feeling all right. You're probably not working hard enough. Say level 8, your breathing's up. You could maybe have had 2 more reps in the tank if I'd given you £1 million. But you are starting to feel that intensity and the sweats come in. And then you've got, level 10, total failure, could not do another one. In my coaching, I recommend my clients to be around level 8 and level 9 on their main lifts. If you finish a set of squats and you can immediately walk after and check your emails, then you're not hitting level 8. If you need to sit down, you need to take the full 60 to 90 second rest, you need to recover, then that is the intensity that is going to start triggering changes in your physique. Yes, it is uncomfortable, and this is where most women don't like to train harder because they don't want to be uncomfortable. And sometimes we have to just get out of our comfort zone. It's like work. So if you're not training with intensity, then please start trying, because I bet you any money that if you start training with intensity and you follow a structured program, then within a good 4 to 8 to 12 weeks, you are going to start seeing physical changes in your body. As I said, and if you want a structure that's going to teach you how to train with purpose, then I've got my free 4-week coaching program. The link is in the description to this video. Go lift heavier, ladies.